Donald Trump's White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, became visibly triggered during today's White House press briefing when she was peppered with perfectly fair questions about Elon Musk's role in the federal government. And among other things, she actually refused to give the name of the mysterious DOGE administrator, the person actually running the so-called agency, when reporters asked. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, we have several clips to talk about in this video. As you know, Karoline Leavitt is the distillation of the MAGA movement, right? So she's an expert liar. She is combative. She is hostile. She is openly partisan. This is what Donald Trump wants. She was the spokesperson for his campaign and now his press secretary. And again, we've been seeing during White House press briefings that she has a short temper and is easily triggered by perfectly fair questions. And the recurring theme of these questions is Elon Musk and what his role is. So we're going to play these clips and unpack it together, but some pretty bombshell revelations and comments made by her in this briefing.
Sure.
Thanks, Caroline. The president's executive order creating DOGE called for the naming of a DOGE administrator. Who is the DOGE administrator?
So the president tasked Elon Musk to oversee the DOGE effort. There are career officials and there are political appointees who are helping run DOGE on a day-to-day basis. There are also individuals who have onboarded as political appointees at every agency across the board to work alongside President Trump's cabinet to find and identify waste, fraud, and abuse, and they are working on that effort every day.
So is Elon Musk the administrator?
Reagan. Thanks, Caroline.
So you see it there. She won't answer the question, okay? And as you know, we've discussed in previous videos how there has been this ham-fisted, slapdash, clumsy effort by the Trump White House in terms of both legal filings and on-screen involving Karoline Leavitt and Deputy White House Chief of Staff Stephen Miller to obscure who exactly is the DOGE administrator. Who's the person on paper who is administering, overseeing the agency? In legal filings, the White House says it's not Elon Musk, but they don't identify who. And then actually in a court case earlier today, and in other places, judges have asked that information. And again, the federal government says that they're not prepared. They're not in a position to answer that question. Karoline Leavitt has indicated, as has Trump, that it's actually Musk overseeing it. But then you have this here where she won't commit to it. Oh, he's just overseeing the effort. Okay, well, who's the administrator? And is there a meaningful difference? She won't answer the question. I actually want to skip. There's some other Elon questions here, but later on, the question is repeated. And again, you saw how nervous and desperate Karoline Leavitt was to avoid answering the question. Well, she was asked it again by a different reporter, and this was her stunning answer from someone who claims to represent a transparent administration.
Thanks, Caroline. I wanted to ask about a federal judge yesterday was saying that they didn't know who the DOGE administrator was and was asking the lawyer for the administration who it was, and the lawyer responded, I don't know the answer to that. Can you tell us who the administrator of DOGE is?
Again, I've been asked and answered this question. Elon Musk is overseeing DOGE. There are No, Elon Musk is a special government employee, which I've also been asked and have answered that question as well. There are career officials at DOGE. There are political appointees at DOGE. I'm not going to reveal the name of that individual from this podium. I'm happy to follow up and provide that to you. But we've been incredibly transparent about the way that DOGE is working.
So I've been incredibly transparent about DOGE. Okay, well then who's the person actually overseeing it? We can't tell you. Or a federal judge or the media at all. Can't do it. That's the opposite, by definition, of transparency. But besides, like, and I'm trying to think, like, maybe like some sort of intra-agency CIA black ops group. What agency head is not publicly identifiable? What is the precedent for this? And why are you so reluctant to tell anybody? Could it be because you're trying to cover Elon Musk's ass? Because you're trying to avoid any sort of public accountability, public transparency for this unelected MAGA billionaire / shadow president / co-president? Is that why? Because that's what it sure looks like. And of course, nobody owes you the benefit of the doubt anyway. Donald Trump is an inveterate, pathological liar, the likes of which we've not seen with the exception possibly of Elon Musk. So we should always be suspicious and assume the worst. And Karoline Leavitt is only drawing attention to this. It proves that the administration, the Trump administration, has a lot to hide, and now the pressure will only continue, rightfully so, until the DOGE administrator has been identified and an explanation has been given as to why that administrator has not been identified. Interesting. Here's another big bombshell about Elon Musk's role in government.
Karoline, I was wondering if, is Elon Musk going to attend the president's first cabinet meeting tomorrow?
He is, as a matter of fact. I spoke to the president about that before coming down here as well. And Elon, considering he is working alongside the president and our cabinet secretaries, this entire administration will be in attendance tomorrow just to talk about DOGE's efforts and how all of the cabinet secretaries are identifying waste, fraud, and abuse at their respective agencies. We look forward to the meeting tomorrow, and I think you'll be hearing from the president and his cabinet where they're on campus tomorrow. I hope you guys are excited.
So there you have it. Elon Musk, unelected, unaccountable, MAGA billionaire, DOGE overseer, but not DOGE administrator, maybe Schrodinger's DOGE administrator, will be attending Donald Trump's first cabinet meeting. Interesting, almost like what a vice president would do, or a shadow president, or a co-president. It makes sense that Elon Musk would want to attend his servant's cabinet meeting, and that Donald Trump might want to make sure that his boss, Elon Musk, is present, given that they all ultimately work for Musk himself. But again, just further revealing how incestuously, inextricably linked Musk and Trump are. Now, here's another clip I want to play of, speaking of Musk, again, recurring theme. Musk, of course, as you know, we covered this, sent an email out basically telling every federal employee over the weekend that they needed to reply to his email listing, basically justifying their job. Give me 5 things that you did last week, which justifies keeping you on payroll. And then we saw a bit of a MAGA rebellion where FBI Director Kash Patel, the Department of Defense, and other departments basically give Elon Musk the finger and say, don't respond to this email. And again, a visibly triggered Karoline Leavitt is forced to try to downplay the backlash that Musk received, the ham-fistedness of that entire email fiasco.
Are excited.
So some of those cabinet members were caught off guard by the email from
Nobody
Saturday.
was caught off guard.
A few departments said they were caught off guard. The FBI was, the DOJ was.
Did anonymous sources say that, or did the cabinet secretary say that?
The cabinet secretaries and others have said that they were not aware that this was happening. So I'm wondering, will there be a give and take tomorrow at the cabinet meeting? Is Elon Musk or the president open to any type of dialogue about who is actually in charge of the chain of command of these workers?
I would reject the premise of your question, Jeff. The cabinet secretaries have not said that. I know anonymous sources, probably career bureaucrats, have leaked that to many of you in this room. But as I said at the beginning of this press conference, everybody is working as one team, and the president respects the decisions of his cabinet secretaries.
Well, if they're working as one team, why did Trump's cabinet secretaries effectively cut Elon Musk down at the knees, undermine Elon Musk again? This is the shadow president we're talking. This is Donald Trump's boss. Why would there be such an incongruity between what Musk proposed and what Trump's cabinet secretaries did in response? It sure doesn't seem like a cohesive unit. It sure doesn't seem like any sort of actual coordination. Here's another clip of Karoline Leavitt, again, visibly triggered, being very upset at how mean people are being to right-wing podcaster, conspiracy theorist, former Fox News host Dan Bongino, who is now the deputy director of the FBI.
And I think it's quite despicable to see many networks in this room who have had chyrons on their television screens labeling Mr. Bongino as a far-right podcaster. He is not. He is a former law enforcement agent. He is a former secret.
These things aren't mutually exclusive. They're not. He can be a former law enforcement agent, a former Secret Service agent who has become a far-right podcaster, which he is. So again, this is just pure snowflakery, predictable from Karoline Leavitt, who loves to dish it out, but can't take it in turn. People are right to condemn Dan Bongino as this moron, conspiracy theorist, far-right podcaster who doesn't deserve this particular position. And again, it just creates the precedent for the next Democratic administration to put, me in charge of the FBI, I guess. That's where we are. Karoline Leavitt promising, we're so transparent. DOGE is maximally transparent. But no, we won't tell you who actually is in charge of DOGE. How dare you even ask the question? I'm going to lose my temper if you keep asking me about it. And also, Shadow President Elon Musk will be attending the cabinet meeting hosted by his errand boy, Donald Trump. So there we have it. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.